Yeah. Thank you very much for coming along, especially on these dark evenings, and welcome to the dealership here. Now, before I get to these two fabulous cars here, can I please introduce you to Simon?
Good evening everyone, and thank you very much for attending our second event and unveiling for the Nissan Leaf and Micra. Nice try, Roy. Just wanted again, like I said, to thank you everyone for coming. Really proud of the cars we've got here tonight. I really hope you're going to enjoy things. Just as a reminder, of course, we've got the bar behind you, so please feel free to use that. The pizzas outside do need eating. We've got quite a lot. But yeah, just welcome to everyone. Also welcome to everyone online. And yeah, enjoy the unveiling, and we'll no doubt catch up with you guys very soon. But just to give you guys a bit of a challenge, 4 customers in the first session have pre-ordered these cars already. So we need to try and beat 4 in the second session. So I'll be looking for you guys to dig deep and get some orders in. But we'll catch up with you guys very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simon. Now, is everyone somewhere where they're comfortable and where they can see the 2 great cars here and also at least one of the screens? Is everybody ready on Facebook? Clap away. Okay, right, let's dim the lights, let's start the show, and off we go. What do you think to the cars? Do you like them? Yeah. Do you like the colours? Well,
ouch!
Red is lovely.
Well, of course, we've also got the red.
We do.
But we've got 6 other great colours on both of these cars as well. So you will absolutely be able to find a colour that you love in there, don't worry. I'm Rob. I'm going to be taking you through the presentation of these 2 great new electrified vehicles from us here at Nissan. Welcome to the Live Encounters tour. I'm going to start here with the Leaf because this is really where it started for us on our electrified journey, but it also is where the industry started in a lot of ways because the Leaf was the first mass market electric car. It came to us in 2010. In fact, we have a first generation Leaf here in the showroom today, which I'm sure you've seen on the way in. This is now the 3rd generation on the Leaf's journey, and I think we've done an absolutely great job with it, haven't we? We've built over 700,000 Leafs since we started, and 71,000 of those have made the way here to British roads. So if you couple that with the fact that the car is actually made here in Sunderland, the batteries are also made here too, it really is a truly great British success story. Now, starting here at the front, we've got these fabulous LEDs that run all the way across the front, and even the battery lights up as well. Now, it's a great style feature, but also it's a great safety feature, making the car really visible, especially as the nights are closing in towards the end of the year now. Now, as we get to the side of the car, you're going to see how we've sculpted the roof line off to give it that sort of teardrop shape and that coupe design. Now, again, it's not just a great styling feature, it doesn't just give us that great sporty look. It's also there for aerodynamic efficiency. Now, the all-new Leaf has a drag coefficient of 0.25. I don't know what that actually means, but our engineers tell me it's the most aerodynamic Nissan that we've built to date. And you're going to see how that affects the efficiency of the car as we talk about range and some of the other facts and figures a little bit later on. Now, as you get to the rear, you're going to see the LED rear 3D lamps on the car, which gives us some design features and design touches from some of our 90s sports cars. But once you open up that tailgate and you look inside the boot, you're going to see a lovely spacious boot, 437 litres of space, and it's actually split onto 2 levels. So at the higher level, you can slide things straight in, so making it nice and easy for those heavier items. When you drop the seats, it's almost flat all the way through, and ideal for maybe sticking a wardrobe in there from IKEA or one of those longer items. But if you want to maximise the space in the boot, you can drop the boot floor down and therefore get those sort of deeper items and utilise all of that great space. Now, as you get to the inside of the car, we've got what we call our anti-gravity seats, which are designed to make the car much more comfortable on those longer journeys that this new great range affords us. Once you get a chance to sit inside, what I'd like you to do, your very first thing please, is have a look up. So once you sat inside and you're looking up, you're going to see our new panoramic roof that is standard on this Evolve model here. Now, different to other cars in our range and cars that have come before us here at Nissan, this panoramic roof doesn't have a separate sunshade. So traditionally there'd be a separate shade that comes back, but with this roof, it's actually integrated into the glass, which is a great cool feature. I think it looks really good, but it's also helpful for those of us that are a little bit taller. I see a gentleman there that might need a little bit more headroom. So it just gives you a little bit more headroom with the car, so again, a really great feature. Now, once you sat in those 2 seats at the front there, you're going to see the 2 14.3-inch displays, which have all the information on there that we're going to need whilst we're driving, and some other cool stuff too, such as our Google integration, Google Maps, or maybe even an app or two that you might have downloaded on the new system here. Just above that, we have our heads-up display, which essentially projects the essential information sort of into the distance via the windscreen. And that keeps our eyes on the road, making it nice and safe, especially in those busy towns and cities. Now, talking of safety, we have all of the ADAS features and functions that you would expect to find on a new car, and certainly on a modern Nissan, as well as our ProPilot functions, which is our semi-autonomous driving features, which help us on those longer journeys, taking a little bit of strain out of the driving there. Now, once you're sat in the driver's seat, if you have a little look on the head restraint, you will see Bose and a couple of little speakers in there. That's part of our Bose personalised audio system. And what that's designed to do is to play things to the driver that only the driver needs to hear, such as satellite navigation information or maybe a telephone call. And that makes it a little bit more comfortable for your passengers in the vehicle, because they can be getting on with other things there. Now, of course, the Nissan Leaf is a very important electric car, and a very important electric car to ourselves here. This is what we call our vehicle to load device. What this does is it enables you to use the energy stored within the battery of the car for other things. So on a British spec car, that would be a 3-pin plug. So anything that's got a 3-pin plug on it could be plugged into here. So Our videographers here in the room could plug their cameras in to charge up, for instance. If you're going paddleboarding, you can maybe plug in your paddleboard to pump it up there. If you're going camping with the kids and it's a bit cold, you can take an electric blanket with you and run an extension lead off it. So a very handy feature. It just plugs into the charging point, just like so here, and then you just plug in your device and off you go. Now, talking of charging and talking of batteries, we've got 2 batteries available on the Leaf. We have a 52 kilowatt hour battery and a 75 kilowatt hour battery. Our 75 kilowatt hour battery can take you up to 386 miles on a single charge. Now, that's a really good figure, and funnily enough, it wasn't the figure that initially surprised me when I first saw the specs for the all-new Leaf, because I knew the range was going to be great, because our engineers have been talking about the technology, talking about the savings that were going into the car. The figure that actually surprised me the most was our ability to go longer distances at those higher speeds. How many of us here have an electric car at the moment? Quite a few of us. So, when you jump on the motorway and you get up to 70 miles an hour, what happens to your range? It starts to drop down, doesn't it? Yes. Now, remember when I told you you've got this drag coefficient of 0.25 and how efficient the Leaf is? We can now travel up to 269 miles at a constant 70 miles an hour. So those longer and faster journeys, we've now got them covered. The average miles per kilowatt hour is now 4.5 on the Leaf. So that's 4.5 miles for every kilowatt hour used. Again, those of us with electric cars will know that is a really, really great efficient figure. Now, of course, with all of that range, you are still going to need to charge at some point if you're going on those longer journeys. So if you're going to the Highlands of Scotland, maybe the south of France, drop in at the services on the way. You can now charge from 20 to 80% in just 30 minutes. So we're able to use those faster chargers up to 150 kilowatts, grab yourself a coffee, go stretch your legs, maybe a quick comfort break, and back in the car in 30 minutes, and you've got over 273 miles of extra range back into your Leaf. Now, with all this design and all of this technology, with these fabulous 19-inch alloy wheels here that we've got this Evolve model, I bet you're wondering, Rob, what's it going to cost? So, prices start, including the grant, from just over £32,000. If you wanted this car here, which is the Evolve model with the two-tone paint finish, with those 19-inch alloy wheels, including the panoramic roof and all the functions that I've already talked about, this car list price is £39,995, which brings you just under that magic sort of luxury car tax figure, doesn't it? But I've got even better news, because off that you can also take the higher grant of £3,750. So this car here today would only be £36,245 to yourselves, which is absolutely great value for money, isn't it? Done a cracking job, haven't we? Now, who's had a Micra before? Quite a few of us. Hey, you've still got one, haven't you? How about that lovely little white Micra over there? It's great, isn't it? Do you know the thing that surprises me? How small are they? Oh, it's tiny, isn't it? Now, another great compact car. This is the 6th generation Micra. It is an all-new, full electric EV model. We've sold over 6 million Micras since we started in 1983. This has got a few design cues from some of the older Micras, from some of the previous generations, but it is definitely a modern, cool little car, isn't it? Now, from its electric credentials point of view, we have 2 batteries. So we, again, like Leaf, we have a 40 kilowatt and we have a 52 kilowatt in this car. So the 40 kilowatt is going to take you just short of 200 miles. So great as a city or town car, maybe those slightly longer journeys. But if you want to go even further, you can go for the larger battery, which is 52 kilowatts, as I said, and that's going to take you just up towards the 260 miles. You can also use those faster chargers as you can with Leaf, this time up to 120 kilowatts, and that's going to take you from about 15 to 80% in around 30 minutes, again, getting you back on your journey. Now, most of the technology that I've talked about with Leaf, again, has made its way through to the Micra here. Do we have anyone that drives Leaf at the moment? Do you use e-pedal? Great feature, isn't it? Now, of course, all new Leaf has e-pedal, but also Micra has e-pedal as well. So any of us that may be thinking about a little bit smaller next time, Micra's still got those bits of technology that you would expect, including the adjustable regenerative braking as well. Now, I want to tell you a little story of how our Google integration can sort of fit into our lives. Now, we're going to have to use a bit of imagination, because apparently down here in Swindon, it's never cold, it's always sunshiny, and it never rains. So let's imagine it's Monday morning, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, the alarm goes off, you snooze it twice, but you jump out of bed and it's freezing cold. So you pull back the curtains, you look out into the street, and there's about an inch of ice on the top of all the cars in the street, including the windows, and you think, I don't want to go out there. And I certainly don't want to be using a scraper. But of course, you've bought an all-new Micra. And you look down, because you've preheated your Micra, and it's almost sweating. There's no ice on the roof, there's no ice on the windows, and the car's just ready to go. So as you get to the car, you've got that lovely little lighting sequence as you wander up, and of course the car's open because it's a keyless car. You slip inside and it's your perfect temperature. It's 21 degrees inside, and even the steering wheel is heated too. Now, in all the rush, because you want to get out there to that warm car, you forgot to turn the lights off at home. But because of our new Google integration, you can simply say, Micra, turn the lights off at home, and the lights go off at home. So you press the start button on the car and your satellite navigation bursts into life, and it's picked the best route to work, because of course Micra knows that you're going to work. Your favourite tunes start pumping out the hard stereo system via your favourite Spotify playlist to get you on your way. So you set off, but it's actually a little bit warm, because you put a cardigan on, you knew it was going to be cold, you didn't realise how lovely and snuggly it was going to be in your Micra. Again, not having to take your hands off the wheel, Micra, please turn the cabin temperature down, and of course we can turn the temperature down. Now you pull up at the local bakery and you're waiting for your work colleague. Your work colleague is getting the breakfast rolls, but you can see through the window that she is about third in the queue. So you know you've got 5 minutes before she's able to get served. You can pop on YouTube, you can play one of the games that you can download to the car, just to keep you going and keep you entertained for those few minutes. Now, it's a nice little story, but it just tells us how we can integrate Micra and, of course, Leaf into our modern lives. Now, if you do feel you're ready to order a new Micra, or even a new Leaf actually, we're happy to help you out this evening. £99 would get you on the list there and get a car secured for you. And you could be one of the first to be driving around sunny Swindon in one of these two new great cars. Micra starts from £21,495, and that would include the £1,500 grant from the government. Now, it's now your turn to have a look at these two great cars. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you the all-new Micra and the all-new Leaf.